Roads paved. Sacrifice. Damn, these titles are really getting weird, though. As the stolen Elise said, we must continue. Notice a change in our surroundings. Perhaps this is a memory of an altogether different world. So it would be prudent to learn more of it, then tread carefully lest we lose our footing in the sand. What in the god damn is that? Oh, it's a cart. Alize, you see something? What do you suppose that is over there? That thing? I'm not sure. It's hard to make out at a distance, but the surface seems to bear the same crystals as a monument. Maybe there's a chance we may find whoever built them both. We should go and have a look. Come on. Oh, hi. Oh, you're the race. Wow. Hello. You look pretty. Oh, hail, travelers. This is a most unexpected occurrence. Oh, hello there. Is this your home? Indeed it is. Ah, forgive me, I had forgotten. An exchange of introductions is expected when first meeting those with whom one is unacquainted. Oh? When the vibration of vocal folds was still required to convey our thoughts and intention, Aya, I believe, was the pronunciation used when referring to our people. Though it is not entirely applicable given our current present state, you are welcome to use this appellation. As for nomenclature to address my individual person, I believe it would be pronounced Coph-coodg. Cod. Yes, Coph-coodg of the Aya. We have encountered beings that communicate intermittently through thought, but never one that is wholly without voice. I presume we are having a conversation via the medium of ether, or Dynamis, as the space is suffused with vast quantities of it. Fascinating in either case. I gather your response to my presence is positive then. That is well, for there is something I wish to ask of you. Like yourselves, we Aya are aether-based lifeforms. Therefore, it may be surmised that your bodies are of comparable biological composition to those we once possessed. I have a number of queries regarding your subjective perception of the five senses: sight, sound, taste, touch, and smell. In total, I have prepared 198,712,180,827. That's a rather lot, isn't it? My words exactly. My apologies. I have omitted a great many details necessary to understand the nature of my request. Though we dispensed our corporeal vessels long ago, we have rediscovered the need for the flesh, and have endeavored to recreate our erstwhile forms. However, all pertinent records have been lost due to the passage of time. Take, for example, the nervous system. It is well within our power to recreate, but we have no frame of reference for sensations once experienced by our people, which may compromise our ability to interact with our physical environment. And the reason you need to regain your corporeal forms? Why? To bring an end to our existence, of course. Aren't we cheery? Though need is perhaps too strong a word. It would be a simple matter to unmake ourselves use the use of etheric exsanguinators, but such a death seems inadequate. The traditionalists among us believe proper death requires an inescapable sense of impermanence in one's final moments, an experience only found in the bodies of flesh. Is that so? We would very much like to hear more of your plans. In exchange, we will answer any questions you have to the best of our ability. Such an exchange of information would indeed prove useful. Very well. To ensure efficacious exchange, I hereby invite you to our home. Yes, the abode of the Aya, where we traditionalists prepare for our demise. I presume your consent to answer questions is indicative of a tacit approval of our plans, in which case, your cooperation is greatly appreciated. I must caution you, however, to be mindful of the Aya wandering the desert. Their desire for bodies of flesh could be described as overzealous. Now, if you would follow me. Stola. This is going rather smoothly, not that complaining, mind. Even so, we mustn't forget their aim is oblivion, much like the dragons. But I fail to see why a civilization so seemingly advanced would choose to unmake all they have created. At any rate, all I know is dallying here. Let's go. I get the feeling Yashal is going to be the next go, sadly. Welcome to our abode. Most of our compeers you will find remain idle in their domiciles, though your quizzical expressions indicate my phrasing is unclear. I seek, of course, the violet crystalline constructs hidden from the stone structures there. You said they remain idle, but what if your work to regain corporeal bodies? An astute question, and understandable given your finite nature. We have no desire to pursue our research, for it is no longer necessary. If, in our idleness, we are struck by sudden inspiration, we rise to pursue said inspiration to its conclusion. That is why I was present for your arrival, and why I continue to engage with you still. But while the others are not currently in a motile state, rest assured they would not object were you to disturb their respite. You need only cast your thoughts towards one of the crystalline domiciles to communicate. Okay. Hello? Knock knock, housekeeping. You cast your thoughts into the crystalline domicile, but there is no response. Good talk. Domicile. Guys, I'm waking up. Yes, that's the excuse I will use for today. You wish to speak? Very well. Pray, a moment, if you would. Okay. Good talk. Question mark. Why we seek our end, you ask? If you wish to know, I will tell you. Just a moment. I must remember. What form did I take when I last emerged? This is, productive. I shall tell you the thing, but first, what am I? God, existential dread. Okay, and he's just dying. Okay, good talk. My mind is bursting with knowledge. What inquiries? One was empty, one was dead, and the other two were just bleh. If they failed to answer, it is likely because their minds have unraveled due to prolonged idleness. They are not but concentrated aether now. Worry not. There are no others who have need of those lodgings, and they would not prove a hindrance to remain as they are. But more importantly, you said some few did answer your request for an audience, yes? I imagine they will be with us ere long. Flesh of... Okay, let's calm down here. I wish to still be able to read the titles. I had no luck, but everyone else fared well enough. Quite a few Aya have awakened. Ah, there they are. Three? May I introduce you to La Laka, Diu Dek, and Ne Negd. It has been too long, Coph-coodg. I dare say Saturn IV has since completed an orbit. Indeed, until the travelers brought it to my attention, I hadn't noticed how unraveled some had become. Travelers? Ah, of course, the ones who wish to know why we seek to regain corporeal forms. The truth of the matter is as plain to see as the neighboring systems, but my single account would fail to satisfy the requirement for scientific objectivity. Thus did I bid them to awaken you. Am I the only one who struggles to tell who is speaking? I don't know, I find it kind of easy here. You just have to read, forehead. Nay, thou art not. In the absence of corporeal forms and divergence they afford, the answer similarity in voice is unavoidable. By the way, Coph-coodg, have you already observed the requisite custom for the travelers? That which one is expected to do when receiving guests, a matter of proper form. I love them doing that, it's so cute. Ah yes, so long it has been, it completely escaped my mind. And still does. What was it again? I can't seem to remember. Neither do I. Pity. I was hoping you would. Perhaps we can search the archives for the answer. Come now, Negd. The archives have long since frozen, lest we subject ourselves to further dollar. Surely you can recall that much. Ah, of course. Food. The custom is to serve food. Beings of flesh, such as they, must regularly replenish their aether. By contributing to the replenishment, we communicate our friendly intention. That's right! That's right! We duly invite you to join us in communal repast, after which we may engage in leisurely conversation. If we had the chance to learn something, I see no reason to decline. I feel like Estinien is just kind of like floating there in the back, just rolling his eyes aggressively. Excellent. If you would care to follow, we shall feast you on the purest aether. Are they gonna feed us crystals? Or literally just like throw a puff of like mist at us and go, here you go, enjoy. No, not the owl. This facility is where we replenish our aether. There is no particular name for it, but we traditionalists sometimes use the word restaurant. Now then, if you would take your place with your comrades, the space will soon be awash with purest aether. Please absorb as much as you like. Does anyone else think this might be a potentially bad thing? I suspect in this so-called feast... Actually, let's just see for ourselves. Fear not, we are not like to come to harm. Alright, if she says we're gonna be fine, I'm more inclined to believe. But I'm also a worrywart at heart, so I shall panic regardless. You brace yourself for a rush of sweet, sweet aether. But nothing seems to happen. Perhaps you need to wait a little longer. Let me guess, is the thing broken? You brace yourself again, but again, nothing seems to happen. Just as I suspected, as meticulously as one might recreate the Aya's home world, this is Ultima Thule. One cannot simply generate aether here. As recreations, our friends are oblivious to this fact, to the very truth of our existence, much like the phantoms of the recreated Emerald. However appearances may seem, we must ever be mindful that this is the memories of the dead who move Hydaelyn. Yes, I am nice and full. Pat, pat. So, did you have your fill of aether? Alas, we couldn't absorb it. A deficiency in our forms, it would seem. Oh, how very unfortunate. May I ask how you normally replenish your aether? We eat things, gamer. I eat materia all the time. Through your mouth, you say? How very primitive and quaint. You think that their mouths serve not only to expel sound, but draw in sustenance besides. Such life forms have long since vanished from our systems. Though we regrettably could not partake of your magnificent feast, rest assured we would feel your welcome most keenly. In the course of acquainting ourselves with your sophisticated ways, however, we could not fail but wonder, wherefore do you wish to obtain vessels of flesh, and thence to vanish? Would you not favor us with an explanation? Your flesh and blood beings are always so hasty. It does have its charm, however. Very well, we shall indulge you. In the beginning, when the Aya yet possessed corporeal bodies, our ancestors dedicated themselves to the pursuit of knowledge and technological advancement. By transcending all limitations, we believed we would eliminate sorrow and abide in true happiness. From the tangible such as land, to the intangible such as labor, there exists myriad hindrances to progress, but the most confining of all was the flesh itself. Our natural lifespan was distressingly middling, you see, too short to enjoy unhurried lives, yet too long to be considered disposable. Furthermore, to simply maintain the integrity of our bodies demanded considerable resources. But we managed to solve this problem. After long years, we discovered how to become non-corporeal entities with everlasting lives, untroubled by the failures of the flesh. Thus changed, we had more time and freedom to continue our scientific pursuits. We went on to make even greater strides in our quest to transcend all limitations, until we decided to challenge the last of them all, the limit of knowledge. That is to say, deciphering the laws of creation. This is like Y'shtola's wet dream, I suppose. And one of the bad results of it. We sought to discover how the universe came into being, and explain all extant phenomenon, and thence predict the future. If we could have achieved this, we believe that we would be free from uncertainty and anxiety. And did you find the answers you sought? Yes, we did. Our efforts revealed to us a fundamental truth. Knowledge of said truth is essential for the continuation of our conversation. If you would learn more, we will share it with you. No, we mustn't. Primitive as they are, it would be unspeakably cruel to deprive them of their ignorance. They are possessed of corporeal forms, their lives readily ended. As for those who've gone before, it is now our duty to warn them. What thinkest thou? We have deliberated and come to a consensus. If you are resolved to know it, we will disclose to you the truth we discovered, the truth of the universe. Seek us at the stone pillars just outside the bounds of this abode, a place called Elegia.